I welcome you to this lesson. I'm teacher Katimbo Richard, teaching mathematics. P4, term 2, I've come with a summary of geometry so that you can answer all the questions from page 59 all the way to 66. So it involves some numbers that you've ever looked at, of course, and some are brought in that assessment without necessarily being talked about in the notes. That's why I've come back with a summary of geometry. Ensure you are at the same pages of 59 all the way to 66 of our workbook term 2, so that we summarize together this geometry. You are required to have a geometry set so that the practical geometry is also respected in this lesson. Now, number 1 reads, using a ruler and a pencil only, it is those two, draw and name any two quadrilaterals. Draw and name any two quadrilaterals. We said a quadrilateral, like this name is written, is any four-sided polygon. Any four-sided figure or polygon is known as a quadrilateral. So here you're required to choose among the 6 quadrilaterals we look at in primary and draw any 2 quadrilaterals. You can then choose a square which has got all sides equal. You can as well go a rectangle. We can also choose a rhombus. If not a rhombus, we shall go a parallelogram. Someone can opt for a kite or then a trapezium. So those are the 6 quadrilaterals which you can choose from. Draw any 2. That's why I've got about any 2. Any of the 6. Any 2 of the 6 can be chosen. So I chose a rectangle and a rhombus. This is a rectangle. It's not like this. With these properties, 2 opposite sides are equal. Like we're seeing, the length got length and this got width. So these 2 sides show that these 2 are equal on their own. Here 1, 1 to mean the widths are also equal. Then I went to a rhombus. The rhombus, yes, has got all sides equal, but it's not a square. So be careful. This is a rhombus with all sides equal, but with the 2 sides parallel. So just see these 2 arrows, 2 arrows, 1 arrow, 1 arrow. That's a rhombus. So I said you can choose the rest of the quadrilaterals as long as they are 4-sided. So you draw any of the 2 you feel like. As we go to number 2, example number 2, using a ruler, a pencil, and a pair of compasses only, construct an angle of 90 degrees. On the other hand, they will say construct a right angle. When they say construct a right angle, they will be asking for a 90-degree angle. So practical geometry it is: get your ruler, a pair of compasses, and very sharp pencil. Fix it in the pair of compasses, tighten properly, and then get ready to construct an angle of 90 degrees. We said an angle of 90 degrees can be constructed in 2 ways. One, you can use the protractor style. I'm saying you draw a semicircular thing or object and then do. Or construct in another way, like I taught you in practical geometry during that time we were doing geometry. So we draw our straight line once and then construct accordingly. We are then going to construct this kind where we put some in the middle, place your pointer somewhere in the middle, and then Get a radius of your own choice, which radius must not be very big, because you are going to make arcs either side of this point. Ensure you can make it, and which when made, you will be able to access that said angle. So make an arc this way and this way. Having made that arc, please remove your pair of compasses pointer, transfer to one of the arcs you have made. Ensure it is centrally positioned. Add on the radius. You will then make an arc up here. Then still transfer to the other second arc. You will then make that arc. Then you get a ruler and join to where you pointed first in a straight way, and that will make what we call a right angle. So this is a right angle, this is also a right angle. So there are two 90s, one this side, another one this side. So show any of the two you feel like and say without any fear of constructed at straight 90. I've constructed an straight 90 degrees at that line. So that is what's called the right angle, which is an equivalent of 90 degrees. Please go like that and never will you fail. As we go to example number 3, which says using a pencil and a ruler only, this time 2 only, no pair of compasses. Draw and name a quadrilateral with all sides equal. Majorly, if I'm not mistaken, one is talking about a square. A square is a 4-sided polygon with all sides equal, with all interior angles equal, with all center angles equal, with all exterior angles equal, and with all diagonals equal. So it is a regular quadrilateral. A regular quadrilateral is that 4-sided polygon with everything ending with the word equal, like you have heard. Diagonals are equal, interior angles are equal, center angles are equal, exterior angles are equal, and above all sides are equal. So everything ends with the word equal. So that is what is a square. A rhombus is not regular. It has only one of the properties of regular polygons. It is having all the sides equal, but the rest are different. The interior angles are different, the exterior angles are different, so that's not a regular 4-sided polygon. So a regular one is only a square, which has got everything ending the word equal. So draw, much as you're not measuring, draw something that looks equal, that all sides are equal and everything equal. And then show the properties, the first properties, all sides are equal, show 1, 1, 1, 1. This side shows that all sides are equal, then show the interior angles as equivalent to a right angle, each is equivalent to 90 degrees, and no one will cross that barrier. Told us 2 things: draw and name. After drawing, please name the polygon. It is a square. Ensure you don't write a squirrel, but a square. S-Q-U-A-R-E. S-Q-U-A-R-E. The word is square. So this is a square, and then nothing else required of you in that number. That is the answer. As we look at example number 4 for today. So does it read? The figure you see here, they will say the figure below, is a cuboid. A cuboid is a rectangular kind of box or rectangular prism. So a rectangular box. Use it to answer the questions, meaning the questions are more than one about it. Now, this is the rectangular box called a cuboid. It's drawn properly with the two sides shaded. A cuboid is in this form of this box, the box of chalk. So this is what is called an edge. This is the edge. This word, E-D-G-E-S, edges. These are the edges. Whatever you see. So whatever you see drawn here is an edge. Not egg, but edge. E-D-D-E. So edges. So it has edges. Then the corners are called vertices. So the singular form is vertex. Plural is vertices. Look at the word. Vertices. So corner, called a vertex. Vertex and vertex. So it has got 8 of them. Let's count together. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then down. 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 vertices. 8 vertices. Let's count the edges and see. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go down. 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's go to the sides. 9, 10, 11, 12 edges. So it has got 12 edges. Then the faces are these flat ones here. It's a face of a cuboid. Let's count the faces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All count 1 with this hind. 1. Then the hind. 2. Then we go 3. Then we go 4. Then we go 5. This hind. 6 faces. So we have found out that the figure called a cuboid has 8 edges. Those are the corners. It has got 12 edges and 6 vertices as a 3-dimensional figure. So it has got 8 vertices. Those are the corners, 12 edges and 6 faces. Now, part B is answered now. Calculate the area of the shaded faces. You see the faces that are shaded. This one is shaded and this one is shaded. We are looking at a face like this and the other behind the side. So you will discover that this face is equal to this face. A face in front and a face behind are equal for a cuboid. So if that's true, we shall look at its measurements. So the height of this cuboid is 8 centimeters and the width is 6 centimeters. This is called the length, this is called the width, and the height This is length, width, and height. However, when we look at a single face, we shall discover that each face is rectangular, is like a rectangle. So that's why this is also known as a rectangular prism. If you look at the room, for example, within which you are seated, it has a ceiling. If it has a ceiling, it's then shaped like this cuboid box. Shaped like this cuboid. You are inside here. So this looks like a ceiling where you're inside. So you entered a cuboid room. So therefore, when you look at the shape of the room, many rooms are like a rectangle. They are like this board inside. They are rectangular. So every face, if we go into the room, every wall you have is like this board. So is like a rectangle. If that's true, it has got the length and the width. The length and the width. If that's true, then we look at a single face, which is a rectangle. The longer side of a rectangle is called the length, and the shorter side of the four is called a width. So 8 being longer than 6 is the length, and this is the width. Likewise, we transfer here 8 centimeters and here 6 centimeters. You find out that there are 2 rectangular faces, each having a length of 8 centimeters and each having a width of 6 centimeters. So the area of the 2 shaded faces being rectangular is got by this formula. Remember, area of 1 is length and width. Now there are 2. You say area equals 2 times length times width. The length is the longer side and the width is the shorter for any given rectangle. That's why you say area equals 2 times 8 centimeters times 6 centimeters. Where 8 times 6, if you know our multiplication tables, we shall get 48. Then centimeters times centimeters, centimeters squared. So you get 48 centimeters squared. So each face here is of this area 48 centimeters squared. But there are 2 and they are equal. So we say 2 times 48 centimeters squared, put a side work, sometimes known as pound work. You are free to call it POW. Pound or paw, meaning pound work. When we use pound work, when what we are computing for, calculating for is the last example. So we then multiply 2 times 8 is 16, right? 6 regroup 1 or carry 1, but actually regroup 1. 2 times 4 is 8 plus 1 get 9. So area of the 2 shaded faces is 96 square centimeters or centimeters squared. That's how we answer. Before we look at the last example in this episode of geometry summary, which is example number 5 today. Find the size of the length AC in this figure. The figure is a circle here. Look at our circle. The circle is that round object. And now it has got some lines which we learned, and now we are summarizing. A line going from the wall of the circle to the center, from the circumference of the circle to the center, is called a radius. So line BD is a radius. Then a line drawn from the circumference or from the wall of the circle through the center to the other opposite wall is called diameter. So line AC or ABC is called a diameter, and we said 2 radii, 2 radiuses. If you wanted to mention it that way, 2 radii make 1 diameter. So from A up to B, that's radius. Then from B up to C is also radius. When they are brought together, those 2 radii make 1 diameter. 2 radiuses make a diameter. 2 radii make a diameter. So AB then BC make AC. So the whole AC is called diameter. And any line drawn from the circumference to the center is called radius. Now the question is, find length SC. We have already identified length SC as diameter, and you are given BD. BD is radius of the very circle of the same circle. So if it's the very circle, then the 2 radii will make the whole SC. So you say length BD or line BD is a radius, and line SC is diameter, where we have got 2 kinds of radii. When connected together, we get what is called diameter. So AC equals radius plus radius. This R stands for radius. That R here, so the one radius is here. So line SC equals radius plus radius. This radius is 7, this is also 7. This is 7. Any radius here, any line drawn to the center from the circumference is of 7 centimeters for this particular number. So we have got 7 centimeters plus 7 centimeters. You get the whole SC. That's radius plus radius. So line SC equals 7 centimeters plus 7 centimeters, where when you add accurately, you get 14 centimeter line. So line SC equals 14 centimeters. That marks the end of our geometry summary of this very class primary 4, and to be found on page 59 all the way to 66 of our book P4. And if you want more clarity about that or mathematics in general, please don't hesitate to use these numbers to reach this teacher Katimbo. That is on 07572 33066 or 0776 251655. Otherwise, remember, coronavirus or COVID-19 is real. Ensure you stay safe.